Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, I get it. I get jokes.
How to do, everybody? It's me, WEEABOO. We're gonna. Oh man, I wonder if we can finish it tonight. I'm gonna try. In about 1,000,000 question marks. But, you know, no promises.
When will you learn? When will you learn that your actions have consequences?
Let's get started. Alright, let's see, where do we lead off? Nope. 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 I did kind of try to, adjust a little bit of this. Because I don't want to make it seem like I don't want to make it seem like I think anyone who isn't, like, a manga artist is, like, a horrible artist. Like, the whole thing about why I feel so strongly about this is because it's... there's a place for, like, the more inspired stuff. But there isn't, like, a way to get at the more authentic stuff. That's, like... For a lot of Westerners, that's really all we have is the more inspired stuff. It's the art exchange of Japan to the outside is very one-sided. Where's the fuck? Alright, so we're gonna... Okay. Alright, well, let's do this script first. Forgot we skipped that. I am just gonna draw... I'm gonna just do it in English, I think, for now. And just to keep the ball rolling a bit. And then I'll mark what I need to do in Japanese as... Yeah, I think for now. I'll just mark it with, where the fuck is that one key? Here. Mark it with this. my fucking my goddamn elbow is like cramping a little bit. But it's like one of those like fucking, like, it's not like a painful cramp, it's one of those like Charlie horse cramps that suck. Cuz it feels really odd. Sorry. Pop filter needs to be aimed better. I'll have to pull this, well, what she said from the old one. But this is getting better. Oh shit, what happened? Why did it not fucking copy? Okay. There's something wrong here. Nine 9.1. $11, 14. 14. It's a little big. You fucker. Nice.
Nice.
Okay. Page 19. Let's go. Get rid of this shit. Alright, let's see how we handled this on this old one. I feel like I had most of this kind of, like, figured out. Switch over to tablet mode. Tablet mode. Fucking, come on. Monitor. You know, I wonder if it counts. Well, no, that's not right. I wonder if it counts like OBS as a viewer sometimes. My arm is fucking cramping up. Alright, so I'm gonna pull up some reference, look at some manga real quick. I don't know. I don't dislike what we have here already. I don't think it's that bad. I think that I might be fine to just go with. Ah. Well, always good to have a buddy. Always good to have a buddy. Also, this one's a little different. Our gutter is on this side. I'll actually draw what's in here a little bit just so we get some kind of I'm really gonna have to think about how this effect is gonna work. I know that's it's the fucking catchphrase of this series so far. I'm gonna have to think about how this is gonna work. I have to think about how this is gonna work. I have to think about how to do this. I'm looking for like a good impact. So I had a personal Twitter, and then there's the there's the then there's the channel Twitter. I don't know. I'm really thinking about deleting the channel Twitter. I don't use it. I wanted to use it to do the Artlab thing, and I was thinking that was gonna be it. You know, that was gonna be like our like the final, well, I don't know why I use the royal we when I talk about the channel. It's very odd. But the Artlab thing was gonna be the last hurrah, I think, for me. I was gonna use it to get the attention of like some of the artists that I was you know, covering. Because I did a lot more than just... I mean, obviously it was about Yagi the Goat in the first episode. But, you know, the first episode, I did a lot of different, like, I did fan art of some stuff. I straight up drew a person's OC. And I never heard from them on that. I never heard from that person about it, which I was a little bummed about. Because that was kind of like a deep cut. And I was wondering what they were going to say, but... But, yeah, no, I haven't, like, purged anything on, like, the, on the channel Twitter. Like, at all. I don't really post a lot of my art, to be honest. I've always felt like I was never at the spot where I was happy enough with my art to want to post it. I've done it occasionally. I have a Pixiv. I just don't really advertise that stuff. Because my bookmarks are public on Pixiv. And I wasn't, like... I don't know. I don't like how this goes to the side like this. I kind of want it to be more like up front. Like maybe with just like a slight pitch. Oh, it must be hailing outside. I'm hearing like this ticking and tinging. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? No, yeah, there's like hidden bookmarks you can do, but it's like kind of fucking annoying to do. It defaults to public, and you have to go and edit the bookmark manually. Like, it's really dumb. Like, I have both. And eventually I just like gave up. I don't even really use Pixiv anymore, if I'm going to be honest. Just site's kind of overrun by shit, I think. And I'm not even talking about the AI stuff. I think letting Western stuff and really trying to cater to English stuff for growth kind of ruined the site for me, because all my I just have never really been super interested in a lot of you know, art from like a lot of Western spaces. Depends on the subject matter, depends on the time of day, depends on what the thing is. But once that kind of happened, all the weebs, like me, who weren't already there, just started posting their art there. Because DeviantArt was already pretty rough. And then eventually it just got swarmed over. Same thing with, Clip Studio Assets. That's another one that kind of like... I'll have to work. This face is bugging me, but like, again, just this pen is not meant for this. Clip Studio assets used to be, like, I liked looking at, all the Japanese assets and stuff, because I used Clip Studio specifically because it was a manga and anime program. Like, that's why I ended up purchasing it. But also, too, Photoshop is dick ass to draw in still. Like, it's good for painting. The cow piece water or whatever. But then once like English people started getting like the ability to upload and stuff, like that, a lot of English people definitely kind of like overtook like a lot of the Clip Studio stuff for sure. Because they were really hurting for a drawing program. So Clip Studio had this giant marketing push to get more and more people drawing with it from outside of Japan. And it worked. And then they try to do their own fucking stupid bullshit with some reoccurring crap. It's honestly, it's very upsetting. I'm upsetty spaghetti about it.
The pizza is aggressive.
Because I used to recommend Clip Studio to everybody. I don't know nothing about Procreate. Yeah, there's like ways to get Clippy, which is really fucking stupid. I hate that system. Like, I understand if you want to have paid for assets, right? Okay. You know, like, that's one thing. I really can't be... Like, I can bitch about that, but, like... You know, it is what it is. But, like, having fucking... Some assets, like, assets that I'll need, that'll be like... Oh, man, this is really useful. Like, it's fucking only available by using Clippy. Why? Why? For what fucking reason? It's the stupidest shit. If you can buy it with Clippy, you should be able to buy it with their fucking stupid currency. Or I think you can use it to convert to Clippy somehow. Or like there's some bullshit membership system where like you can get Clippy. But it's like, just have one fucking stupid currency. This is the dumbest shit. Not so good. Very, very shit. Fucking good. It's very sad what happened to Kizunai. Oh, god damn it. Oh, my fucking... Oh, my elbow. Ah. I don't know, actually, fuck. I don't know if this, this, like, sort of, like, bird's eye perspective is gonna work. I'll make a copy of it if I can come up with a better idea, but I, unfortunately, think we're going to have to, return to, the original layout a bit. No, those little arms ain't gonna show up good. I feel like we can do more with this. Fake it for now. Yeah. God, I love faking perspective with shitty bullshit digital tools. I love being able to cheat. 'Cause I suck.
Me either. Just a bad habit, I guess. I really should think about using a different pen. This one just blows. Cool, thank you. Okay, we preserve that on the bottom one. Let's fuck it up here.
Alright. We're getting there. Alright. It's almost time for the finale. I am going to try to wrap it up by like 2:30 tonight, I think, so. Just go to bed a little earlier. I tried to fix my sleep stuff over the past few nights due to some work things that have been happening that have been less than fun. Alright, so. Next page. Thankfully, these pages are going to be less dialogue heavy. So. But essentially. So I'm going to pull up my map here. Okay. Alright, so I don't know if I need to comment on, like, the fact that, like, we could probably do away with this top panel here. Or we can probably make it smaller. You know what? Here, I'm gonna. No, we're gonna continue to do slanty shit because that is very fast. I'll have to find a good pose for... Damn it.
Oh no!
Yeah, you gotta be careful with, like, doll stuff. Unfortunately, even really, really good drawing tools, like these hands I have, these Kotobukiya hands, pretty much, unless it's, like, a perfect one-to-one recreation of how anatomy and musculature work, which is, as a manufactured product, it's basically impossible. Like, there's no way to manufacture a perfect replica of, like, the human body or, like, a human hand. Like, you can get close and stuff, but there's just so, I mean, like, but yeah, a lot of 3D models, pretty much any drawing aid has massive, like, weaknesses associated with it, unfortunately. Like, even photography, like, unless you're shooting with the right lens, you can get weird and fucked up, like perspective and anatomy. But if you're looking for, like, dynamic camera shit, then that's, I mean, you'd want to be in control of that. But, like, if you don't know what you're doing, it can cause issues. I don't know. My fucking... God damn this fucking elbow, man. Oh. Why is it so, like, annoying tonight? This is the first it's really fucked with me like this. I mean, occasionally I'll get it. Must have slept on it wrong or something. Yeah. Yeah, there's just no substitution for brush mileage. I mean, right now, I'm not really, like, focused on, right now, like, I'm not really focused on, perspective. Like, and, like, actual mechanical shit. Like, I don't know, I mean, I think I explained that, but, like... Like, right now, I'm just trying to, get, like, framing and ideas in. And I'm not really gonna do this fully. This makes no sense to do fully, because I'm gonna do reference and stuff for this. Although for a fucking guesser, this really isn't looking, like, horrible. I mean, it's not great, but... Man, we are gonna finish this in, the same amount of, I think. No, we're gonna have one extra page, I think, but that's okay. But, okay, so... Yeah, I think that's... It's different, because in the... You can't see this on the screen, unfortunately. It'll show up in the video, but in the map, in this one, he runs out from the register, and then, you know, kind of tackles her out of the way to safety. But he was really far away, and it didn't seem, like, super plausible, that he would reach her in time. So what ended up happening is, if you look at the, if you look at this scene right here, he's in the checkout lane, like where a customer would be. He jumps out from over the table, and then she's standing in front of the thing. So there's more of a improvement on the setup. I think the idea was there in this one. It just it didn't really kind of just flow correctly. And honestly, I think a big thing of that is having the map. I think the map was pretty solid to do. Okay. So we got our tackle out of the way. Oops, wrong comic.
Whoops.
Okay, now here's the big one. This is for all the marbles. Okay. So, I need to have him slide somehow. No, the map is off screen. I built it in Illustrator over, yeah, I could do that too. I am gonna add some 4 comas. I don't know if I'm gonna record it, but since I'm, planning a surprise for this at the end of the video, I am planning to make extra content that isn't going to be in the video for it. But I need to figure out how to get him in this, like, head, like, ass position. Hmm. I don't actually have any, like, dojins near me at the moment, so I can't do, like, a really good, There's a particular artist in my brain that I want to reference for this art, and I don't own anything by them, because I don't know if they publish. Here we go. It's not that same artist, but... Man, this fucking pen has been fucking me this whole thing. Can't do any of the precise shit that I want to with it. Reading Japanese only manga is a pain, even if it's free, because all the websites require a Japanese phone number before you can. That's interesting. Why don't you just look at raw websites? I'm sure there's plenty of places that just upload the raws. I don't know, maybe it's something niche. Yeah, probably people don't care about. I believe it, though. That is that Japanese way, is like bureaucracy, even when it doesn't make sense. Creating problems where there doesn't need to be problems, and instead of fixing them, people just live around them. That sounds about right. You know, I gotta say, I like the other one I drew better. I know it's a lot more gestural, but it kind of just works better for some reason. Like, it actually kind of looks like she's, like, falling. Like, I don't know, the curve works better. Come on, you fucks. Maybe it's because her legs are, like... Yeah, that could work. Like, it just looks like her legs are, like, propping her up, kind of. Yeah, there we go. That's, like... It's, like, way better. So I have to find out how to get him in, like, this position, sort of. Like, this is gonna be the most hard part. Is, like, this weird, like, torso twist that he does. So, like, I don't know, maybe... Maybe he's like covering his head or something. And like twisting. I don't know. Alright, I gotta step away for a second. I'll be right back. Woo, sorry about that, everyone. Many thing happened. But I also feel much better now, so let's go. I was gonna say, maybe do we make this like an Akira reference or something, but like, I don't know. Alright, I think that's good enough for now. Maybe we can make this a lot more of a slant. And maybe I'll have to break out the drawing models and see if I can find like a good pose. Unfortunately, with this part of the step or process, it really is just like getting ideas on the page. You know, I think trying to make complicated anatomy decisions right now is kind of counterintuitive. Jeez. Okay, next page. Next page. We're almost done. This is like the second to last page. Music. We need more music. I think I'm just gonna keep that same layout. Going to take a break from art after finishing the draft. I mean, I'm gonna be done for the night. Yeah, like, I don't... I think the next thing I gotta do is... I gotta take, photos for reference for some things. So it might be a minute before I start inking, especially since I want to do all of the inking and stuff. Although I am going to do another pass on the draft layer. You know, I'm going to start, like, adding in 3D models of, like, poses and stuff. Kind of like I did with the, with this page here. I probably should have just been doing this. The problem is I don't really have a good fit for her as a 3D model. Because she's an overweight character, and these models do not really lend themselves well to drawing, like, non-body types that aren't, like, rigid, but soft. So I don't think I'm gonna take a break, so to say, other than, like, maybe some time to prepare some stuff. It's not like I'm gonna go away for, like, a month. That being said... as for streaming, because I would like to get this done. Honestly, if I had my ultimate dream, I'd like to get the whole thing, like, the doujin, the video edited, recorded. I'd like to get, like, 90% of it done by May, with the exception of, like, the special thing that I'm trying to do. I think honestly, if I just keep up every day with some time into it, May would be a pretty realistic, end point with, you know, how long it takes me to do videos. Because I also have to, I have to film, you know, I have to film stuff for the video as well. Like, it's not just gonna, you know, if I have, like, live action segments and stuff that I want to do. And then plus two, maybe, you know, maybe I'll take a break from this, but I got other things I want to draw. You know, maybe I'll just do some personal art for a minute. And, you know, we were talking about study streams and stuff too. I'd like to maybe think about, like, studying, not, you know, not specifically, like, anatomy, but, like, you know, my own personal, we'll say fetishes just for the stream. I realize I don't, as much as I, you know, want to do art of that stuff, I don't really draw it a lot. Because, for a couple reasons. So I'd like to practice more of that stuff. And study some of that. But I don't know if that'll be streamed. I don't know how I'm going to handle just drawing straight up, like, R18 stuff on stream. I might go to, like, Picardo for that. Because I just, it's not even worth trying to tempt YouTube with their bullshit. Like, I played, like, 7 minutes of a Studio Ghibli album that isn't even on YouTube. and it got fucking nucked. I think the first name video that I did is just like straight up gone. I did the edits that they're like, oh, you should remove the music. God forbid you used music in your free thing that doesn't make money. It's retarded. YouTube is so fucking dumb. With their rules for me and not for thee bullshit. You know, rules for thee and not for me bullshit. Okay, so how do I want to incorporate these, do not save. Honestly, I think that's fine. We'll just grab that. Grab it. Although I'm gonna have to twist it. Maybe we'll make it smaller. I'm thinking of changing this character's hair a little bit before we start. I was watching Dog Days again. And, there's a character in that kind of has this, Reiko's hair. Eclair, yeah. Sorry, I forgot. I'm really fucking bad with names. Alright, let's see what you got, Red. Oh, hell yeah. Fucking... that fucking face in the final panel. I mean, it basically did exactly what I'm doing in the panel before, like right here. I didn't even recognize that as a bloody roar thing. Maybe it would work better. Yeah. Yeah, I want it to read like she's on the fucking floor. Because I'm sure that fucking hurts. Like, just as much as it would hurt to get fucking slammed in the face. Okay. I don't know a good way to do this particular part. Alright, we're getting there. I have to add a page. I'm gonna have to add pages anyway. I don't know why it does this where it fucking adds 2 whole pages. We'll go back to the... Why the fuck can I not do more than one at a time? There's no sense. I'm gonna use this stuff. Why? I'm gonna split this into just a 2-pager. I had a pretty clear visual of what I wanted for this. I have been, yeah. There's a lot of thinking, and not at all because for some reason my original model fucking broke. And I haven't been able to relink it for some reason. Ha ha ha.
Oh my god!
But it's almost time to be done. I said I was gonna stop at 2:30. So let's, Well, we did it. That's a wrap on the name, everybody. We did it. Wow. Let's hit that save key.
It's time to stop.
And then we'll go over what we got. Okay, alright, let's split this shit off. Let's see. So, we'll go ahead and do some compare and contrast. So the old one is on the left, and the new one is on the right. So, it looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 pages in this one. And this one, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We only got 17 pages in that one, really. So we have 3 extra pages. The fuck happened to the music? Is this a joke? Is this a Jodan? A Michael Jodan? Okay, we're out of music. We just need more music. We need more sick beats. So here we kind of start off, we're just going over it again. Pretty much exactly the same. I'm probably going to use that same car visual. And I might just keep those Saito Naoki lines or whatever. Or I don't know. I might have to like remember what fucking script I pulled that from. Because if he's not talking about like painting or something, it doesn't make sense. So I'll have to like specifically pick a Saito Naoki episode. So we go down a bit. I think this is massively improved. There's a lot less extraneous space and it just kind of looks a little awkward. I'll have, again, reference where there's going to be a lot of building of reference and like body poses. Because some of these ideas are there, but they need to either be fleshed out more or made more concrete. I'll probably revamp some of these design things. Maybe I'll throw in some bootlegs or some references to things that I want to make. That could be a funnin'. I don't know how I feel about this one versus this panel right here. I mean, this one, so far it's basically the same. Just a little bit mixed around a bit. Different type of close-up. Holding the phone. You know, the car scene is going to be a little different. I think this page is a little more interesting. The focus is a lot better. I think the pose is better too. Although it's a little dramatic. But we can fix that. Scrolling down a hot minute. I think overall we are doing better on this page. This was the most fleshed out page I had, like, pretty much. You could tell because it was, you know, I mean, it's... You can tell it's an Aspen because of the way it is. But, like, this was probably the page I had the most fun on. I'm probably going to avoid doing monologue shit in the future. Because monologue, vague idea, image stuff really is just kind of whatever. You know. But, you know, I think this, the action scene where she's, like, hitting him here, I think that's a lot better in this new version. Personally, I think it's more, I don't know, it's just more visually interesting. And then on to the next page after that. I think this top image is a lot more interesting. I think the attitude here is better. Just more interest, a little bit more character, in my opinion. We kept this this like bored out of my mind page. This is gonna be a bitch to build. And then obviously I didn't really finish this here. So this is just already an improvement by existing. As far as these, we're getting more into the like the monologue now. I liked this drawing I did of Hatsune Miku, but I'm not gonna... I don't know, like... Maybe the object time span... It's just different. I think it allows for more interesting shit. Although I will say the dialogue is a huge improvement. You know, talking about, like, weeaboos to... You know, like... I mean, in the sense of wanting to be a manga artist, maybe it kind of makes sense, but, like, you know, Japan already knows that there's people, like, Japanophiles outside of, you know, Japan. So, I think hanging in on that for, like, over half a page is really kind of stupid. It just didn't make sense. I think the dialogue here is much, much more personal. It's just a lot better, you know. Before I was born, Japanese media in the outside world was becoming a cult phenomenon in the internet age. Oh, I said phenomena twice. Fuck, I'll have to fix that. Over the span of my life, naturally I wanted to make something just like it. You know, I'm not Japanese culturally, ethically, and despite the world we live in today, those skills only exist inside of Japan. This superhero thing, I don't know. I really don't want to draw like this superhero dude. Because I just feel like I'm gonna be bad at it. I think I might have to, like, reference something. Maybe I'll try to look up fucking Draw the Marvel Way or something and see how they draw characters. But we got the fucking dictionary difference thing here. You know, back to personal stuff. He do look like he's handing off the blunt. But, you know, again, that's got to be a picture taken care of, you know, by, you know, taking a picture of some reference. Fucking... The Irastoya reference is nice. The Clip Studio UI is nice. You know, I think in here he goes on and on about, you know, some of the things he specifically can't do to learn. And I don't know. I think that is good to have that. Maybe it'll be, but it just kind of seems like he's going off a list. And then there are, you know, I had to take out the contest line because there are some contests that will accept foreign submissions, and I believe you can get advice back from them, but it doesn't the advice isn't geared towards like art style development. It's kind of geared towards like what we're doing now, like manga panel flow and like that kind of stuff. Like those contests don't really critique art so much as they do the story, unless the art really affects the story in a meaningful way. I don't know, that's just my take on it. But I do think hammering in the isolation is a lot better in this. The master hands over Japan is kind of cool. We'll get the Mark Crilly video in there. This is another thing I'm not really looking forward to drawing, is like the fucking old ass, like I don't know, should I make it like should I make him like an old McMoneybags looking guy, or would it be better to make it like out of touch, like old, like, you know, only ever worked in money and like that's the only thing he knows? Or I don't know. Maybe I could make it like a venture capitalist, like Silicon Valley looking dickhead. And you know, this was an extra page. This wasn't in the original manuscript, so this was like completely added. And then of course we're gonna get our shits in on you know, like good old Chris Hart and you know, white manga, maybe, I don't know, like or Saturday AM, and then we'll do Gen shit, and then we'll do Blue Archive. I still don't know what I'm gonna do here without referencing a specific artist and putting them on blast. And it's one thing, you know, like, it's one thing to put like a product on blast. I think just attacking someone else's art style is just gonna be not great optics. But I do think I kind of pulled it back a little bit in this panel. You know, saying that's just kind of like, you know, my own idea. You know, it's not something to be offended by, other than it's just my opinion. I need to change it to maybe like in the same boat or something. And then the, you know, the time lapse of, you know, anime and manga evolving over the years. That'll be fun to draw, I think. This I might have a better visual for. You know, maybe like a conveyor belt sort of thing of like, you know, like cranking out the fucking the generic moe waifu thing, like heads. That would be fun. This is just overall good. This is good. This teases a character. This shows that he applied for the job and got the job. But he's also kind of like not getting fully what he wants out of the job. Again, same thing. You know, a little bit of a dive into the character's like heart here. I'll probably add more phrases or like think of more. I have to think about, like, some of these are just real shit that people have said to me. Like the one where it's like you draw like I wanted to draw in high school. Some guy who was trying to really like fucking talk down to me at art school said that to me. Like his excuse was, I'm just trying to help you be better. You're paying a lot of money to go to this school, but it's like, man. I mean, there isn't really a beef to start with like Saturday AM or White Manga other than that they suck. Like there's a lot, like, the problem is like, this is kind of exactly what I'm trying to address, is because of the global influence on like manga and just like it getting more popular, like it shit's just getting more and more watered down. In my opinion, like I really don't like the modern, like I've said this like 5 times while working on this. I don't really like the modern gotcha painted like mobage or mobage. Fuck, keep saying mobage. Sort of look. Like I never liked it. Like, and I was looking at like, honestly, earlier in the week, I was just looking at like old visual novel like CGs on like a visual novel database and like, you know, like some of the popular sites to collect those. That shall remain nameless. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But, I don't know. I was just so more excited and interested in the art. And I don't know if it's just because it's more to my taste. Or if it's like, you know, this is when Japan was doing Japan shit for Japan. And admittedly, they still do that. I don't really, you know, me being me, I don't really have like a place to say whether or not that's no longer true. But I can't help but feel that, like, you know, manga and anime, quote unquote, products being popular globally, you know, I can't help but feel like that's sort of affected the way things are. You know, in these places. But, you know, that's just my opinion. I'm not a fucking expert on anime and manga, obviously. Like, and there's gonna be a big disclaimer in the video where it's like, hey, you know, I'm not like a fucking published manga artist. You know, I'm talking about it from like the same self-hobbyist thing that, like, self-taught hobbyist that I'm like, you know, I'm not a big visual novel guy. I don't have the patience to sit down and play them. In case you can't tell from fucking Mario and Donkey Kong, where I'm making mistakes over and over again on a fucking level that takes like less than a minute to beat. Because I'm getting frustrated. I just don't have the patience to sit down with them, and I haven't really seen a ton that really catch my eye. There's one I want to try, but it's because all my favorite doujin artists got together and made one. But like the art is very, you know, like some of it's cool, some of it's not. But I was looking at a lot of like mid to early 2000s up. I've been noticing this with like Pixiv and like, you know, I used to go a lot on like Yandex, because they'd have high quality scans, and that's where I found a lot of how to draw books initially. I'm starting to notice that around like 2016 to 2018 is where I kind of started to fall off of, like, in terms of like prevalent styles and looks. I think I just prefer stuff from before that. And I don't know if that's just because, like, that's earlier, you know, it was earlier in my life. It's kind of what captivated me in addition to, like, you know, stuff like Keimono. That sort of, like, vague idea of it. Because I didn't really, again, I didn't really play visual novels, but you know, it does make me feel kind of crappy because it makes me feel like a secondary. But I feel like it was that way for a lot of people. Like, shit was just not as explored back then. Very few people would know about it. It wasn't as accessible. You know, now in the rush for everyone to make a 50-minute YouTube video about some thing you've never heard about, a lot of stuff is starting to get covered more. Obviously, like, you know, nothing against the guy. You know, he seems really cool. I'm not trying to talk negatively about him, but like Kenny Lauderdale and Hazel is another one that covers a lot of niche, weird, like, game stuff. You know, people like that are popping up all over and, you know, making videos about stuff. But if you're talking about what era I'd be in, for me, I'm interested in the art of them from, like, the mid-2000s to around, like, probably, like, 10 to 2013-ish. So, like, yeah. I want to do a video about the process. I want to learn it, because I feel like it's, you know, I want to, you know, I sometimes I have to think about style and stuff. You know, a lot of my favorite artists started in that area, and that's when I discovered them. Like, and, you know, just going through people's galleries and like, hey, this is a really cool piece from back in the day, and you open up their gallery now, and it's kind of like exactly what I'm kind of like not super thrilled about anymore. So, yeah. It's hard for me to talk about and categorize it because I don't want to be reductive. But I've just been exploring it more, I guess is the most I can say. So probably like mid 2000s stuff is interesting to me. Just from an artwork perspective, trying to find out like I've been looking for like write-ups on how that stuff gets made for like weeks now, and I can't find anything. I can't find it. Like, the earliest shit I can find is like from 2010, which is like right at the end of it, and that's when stuff was starting to kind of change. It's slightly different. It's not 100% what I'm looking for. And it's driving me up the fucking wall because a lot of people did use that style. So it blows my mind to think that it's not documented in some way by someone. It's actually driving me crazy, and it's one of the many times in my life trying to study the shit where I wish I had contact with people that actually make manga or like illustrations. Although illustrations, like modern illustrations, I'm again not super interested in. I'm not really into like the Saito Naoki and like Mika Pikazo stuff, and then I'm not really into the gotcha, everything looks like an oil painting, you know, like sort of Chinese approach to a lot of stuff. But yeah, getting back to it, because I gotta wrap up and go to bed. So this Talk to Manga Artists is condensed into this panel. Trying to find a tutor, just kind of like it didn't work out for me, and then I'm able to offer more context about the story. Massive improvement over this panel. You know, talking about like his goal for trying to learn this job, you know, and then there's a good character moment here, running out of time and options, and then we head back to here. We kind of, there is a little bit of the sort of like like subtle melancholy lost in between this for like this darker, like sort of like stinger character moment here. Which is a little sad. I do like this sort of feeling. And maybe we can do more of, you know, stuff like this in the future. I like the idea of having, like, this melancholy kind of snuck into this, like, you know, ultimately what is going to be, like, it's going to be like a comedy biopic is... No, I wouldn't call it a biopic, but, like, it's meant to be, like, a show that also has brevity. I don't know, it's a good contrast, but... this is a good character interaction. You know, instead of just, we're talking, blah, 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 like, you know, correcting her in English. He speaks a little Japanese. This is a huge fucking improvement. This fucking face is so good. It is kind of inspired by a Konosuba face, but I think it stands on its own a little bit. I'm not a big fan of this panel. Maybe I'll fix that once it gets time to do it. This is overall good. This sets up the staging a lot better. This is a better character moment. In general, other than just her looking and pointing and stuff and not really... Just better in general. Improvements. Improvement.
It's just like one of my Japanese animes.
Again, explaining. Funny. More funny.
Oh my god!
And then we're right back at the big moment here. It's pretty similar. But I think this is good because we can do this bottle and we can do fun things with falling with this bottle and like really like the shock of like, oh shit. And then over here, good character moment, you know, good close up, you know, dashing towards her while she's looking up at the boxes falling over, the tackle, the falling, more falling, setting up for the hitting the ground, which will be difficult, but I'll have to do it. Swinging to kind of be in position, position. You know, I did kind of, I did kind of ruin this, like panel moment where, like, there's a bit of a lead off to the gag on the next page. So I did kind of lose that a little bit, unfortunately. But, and then we got her holding the flattened me, I guess. And then this just looks nicer. This just looks better as a full panel. And then we got a good character moment here. Again, another good character moment.
Oh, I get it. I get jokes.
But we did it, everybody. We made it happen. God, that is long. I didn't realize how long that was. But if I was an actual manga artist, what would happen is I would prepare this, and then I would meet with an editor, and then we'd go over it, and then they'd offer suggestions or, you know, like, kind of help me out a bit on, like, you know, if something doesn't read, something does this, something does that, blah, 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 blah. But point being, I don't have an editor because I'm not a real manga artist. I'm just a fucking dude. I would like to be one day. I'd like to be a doujin artist. But unfortunately, that day is not today. But you know what is today is me getting the fuck out of here because it's 3 in the morning and I need to go to bed and I'm trying to go to bed early. Earlier, at least. But I was happy to get this done. It was very good, sir. Very good, very good. But
Wow, I can't believe I survived that one.
all right, well, I'm getting out of here for real. Take it easy, guys. Peace.